Hello all. Hope you had a good start for the season yesterday. I was able to get to 4 ER and finally push today morning and get to diamond rank. So let's go ahead and collect this. This is what I'm going for, using the base created by Commander J2. So big thanks to him. It's quite a similar sort of layout to others as well, but I made a few tweaks after copying from him as well. In terms of the tech, I was able to max out my machine guns as well as my cannons yesterday with the rank chest, and they did seem to help out a bit. Plus also my mines, which were at tick 4 earlier. I also upgraded brick for a couple of ticks to use the brick ability, and upgraded flare so that I didn't have to reflare brick when I was using brick in my latest hits. And then with the previous time chest, I was able to collect enough keys to go to 4-engine room, which I think was a decent enough choice. The other choice was to go back for flamethrowers and DBD, which a lot of the top leaderboard has also done. But I just wanted to try out the 4-year meta and see whether I could push forward, and that would help me rank up or not. And so far, it isn't too bad. A few losses, but I think that's okay. This one was a mistake on my part and I fizzled. And the same thing happened over here too. But you learn from your mistakes and hopefully you make progress forward. In terms of the hits, so of course, Seekers is the meta. For the 3 AR hits, essentially I'm now arting out one of the shock launchers, flaring brick up, and then using the Iron Will to keep the Seekers alive over the mines and along with the defenses, which are pretty much all bunched up in the 3 ER layouts. It seems an effective way of at least getting through the bases. 3 ER bases have also gotten quite dirty as well, but I was lucky enough to match a lot of the 3 Rs as a 4 ER who didn't have the flamethrowers, DBD, etc. Those bases are still tough for me. I have been able to clear a few of them, but not all of them. I think I'll just need a bit more practice, or maybe I'll need to wait until I get the troop health, or get some other tech which helps them to fizzle against my base as well. So this player did have the flamethrower, and essentially I'm still going to go with a similar sort of an approach, arting out one of the SL and then trying to spread out the Seekers so that brick is slightly protected from the other defenses. And as you will notice in this one, the health of the Seekers is quite okay. This player did not have DBD, but the DBD bases can end up hurting quite a lot. And then also matching a few 4 ERs, and I'm trying to do a split hit, which seems to be working quite okay. Obviously, if you are a 3 ER and you're going against a 4 ER, I don't think you can really win on time unless they mess up. Probably you would need both the flamethrowers and DBD as a 3 ER if you're not going 4 ER anytime soon. And was lucky enough to match another 3 ER player. Going to use the same sort of approach. I think the season, at least for the initial bit, until maybe the bases get dirty, all the hits will look quite similar. And that will just be a rinse and repeat fashion, which we need to get used to. Hopefully there'll be new tech soon, which will make it slightly different and more interesting for everyone. Using the same sort of approach, let's art out the SL, make sure brick is not dying, and I did upgrade brick to tick 3, which I think is helpful enough because now brick's health by itself is enough to survive one cannon shot. So something for you folks to consider, because I did get my brick killed, as was reminded to me today morning. But that's okay. I think this one Okay, yeah, this one is the one which we just saw. Apologies about that. I need to stop chatting and start moving along. Lucky enough to get another 3-year. I think most of the 3 years are auto wins unless they have flamethrowers and DBD, so that's good. And Bricks Anvil seems to be quite useful, especially against everyone having maxed out mines now. Might be something to consider for your own hits as well. And then for my boss fight to diamond, matched another 4-year player. Again, similar sort of layout, and I think it will be quite like once you get used to those 3-year hits and you get used to the 4-year hits, you can probably hit them on autopilot. I could have been slightly faster in this one. I think the delay of the Seekers costed me a few seconds, but as long as I got the win, I think that was okay enough. In terms of next steps, I'll wait until the next time chest, I think, to see if I can collect that in diamond as well. Even if I don't, I think it's okay. I will probably make my way forward from boom cannons onwards. I'm also tempted by the proto node. I think it could be quite powerful, especially doom cannon or probably even shock blaster. Because obviously with Seekers, as we know, Doom Cannon can take out a bunch of Seekers together. It's not bad. Only thing is its health is a bit low, so it can still be arted out, and maybe people will spend artillery on that. I'll try it out and see which one I want to go next, either Boom Cannons or a Proto Node. I think I will end up picking up boom mines, but I'm not too sure whether I'll pick that up directly because I'm still not trying to get my opponents to fizzle since I don't really have flamethrowers and DBD. Probably it will be useful to slow down the Seeker hits, for sure. But I think the biggest slowdown will probably be from shock mines, and the things that will help speed up my hits will be troop health, plus barrage. So I do need to factor in whether I can save enough tokens when I get to barrage or not, which is the reason why I haven't spent the tokens yet, but still many days to go, as is typical for a 4-year season. I think bombers could be interesting once bases are dirty enough that people are starting to fiddle with Seekers, but I'm not too sure whether that will happen immediately straight away in 4-year because we do have the extra troop health as well as barrage coming up. It could be probably like 5-year that starts to happen, but the only problem with 5-year is there aren't too many defenses apart from one multi-node of defenses and another multi-node of mines. So my guess is that Seekers could be effective enough even all the way up till much later, unless the DBT becomes a deciding factor and it's just fizzling people out. That remains to be seen. In terms of the leaderboard, big shout out to Commander Doom. He's pushing really well. I'm kind of on a similar path as him, but I'll try to push more a bit later on, I think, rather than right now to need to get a bit of work done. In terms of global, oh wow, one player has reached 22 rank already. I think that's really fantastic. And there's a few other diamond players who have gone the other route in terms of the flamethrower. So I think both routes are working fine for people. It just depends upon how well you're able to do your hits and manage the hits, etc. So it's quite an interesting season wherein both the 4-year as well as the backfilling at 3-year is working well for different people. Not too sure which one is best, but we'll find out in a few days. I think the reason why I went 4-year was I just wanted to get to the barrage and troop health as quickly as I can, but I will consider what I'm unlocking next and then make a move accordingly. But hope this was helpful, folks. All the best for your push, and catch you soon.